Well, looks like the genius who makes these videos decided to give me an upgrade. Look! I can stand on my legs instead of sitting on my tail now. Hehehehe. Ugh, no. Why are you still here? Don't you want to finish reviewing the game? What game? Putt Putt travels through time. You're right! We were just getting to the good stuff. Let us continue. Salutations, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Klay-Kremling. Let's just continue. So last episode we got acquainted with Humongous Entertainment and Putt Putt. And from what we've played so far of Putt Putt Travels Through Time, things seem quite promising, but also a little bit confusing. My first playthrough, I couldn't find any collectibles at the prehistoric times, and after having to restart the game, I immediately find Pep, the dog that Putt Putt is looking for.
I got you, Pep! I sure did miss you, boy!
So the question is, why wasn't he here the first time? Okay, well, I'm certainly not going to get a straight-up answer, so let's just put it behind us and continue. 1 down, 3 to go. Now, before we leave, there is just one little gem in this game that I cannot leave unpicked apart. Now, every time period in this game has its own definitive minigame, and the one at prehistoric times is this horrible volcano game.
Alright, watch this now real closely. Now, see if you can match that.
Ugh, what do I look like? Also, isn't it kind of a bad idea to play with volcanoes? Huh, imagine that. The dinosaurs were wiped off the face of the earth because Putt Putt and some bird were playing a game of Simon with volcanoes. This is another one of those mini-games that I played in hope that I would get closer to the collectibles, but no. So unless you feel like playing a game of Simon, then stay far away from this bird. Alright, next on our list is the medieval times.
I must be in the medieval times.
Wait a minute, why is there another rock there?
I don't need another rock. Will's bridge is fixed.
But why would it be here to begin with? So immediately when I get to the castle, my medieval journey comes to a screeching halt because the gate is shut and the lever is rusted solid. Huh, so much for that. I guess you can't play through these in order. But here's something that doesn't really add up. Shouldn't I not want to open the gate? Because it seems like these two are perfectly fine with waiting in front of the gate for the rest of their lives. And if that's what happened, wouldn't altering the past be very, very dangerous and cause some kind of catastrophe? And yet here I am trying to find oil from another time period to help someone in this time period. But what makes him so sure that he's looking at the right castle in the first place? What if someone really needed that oil? Putt Putt is completely rewriting the fabric of reality with his common courtesy. Putt Putt. He's relentless!
Hey, little guy, could you throw that down to me, please?
But, then again, that's only an assumption. As long as I don't disappear by the end of this review, I am full of baloney. Listen, I know this is called a general store, but why is there so much crap here?
Well, shoot 'em up.
If there's one thing that I would give this game credit for, it's the animations. Sometimes in point-and-click games, you get a little bored and start clicking on everything in sight, hoping that something will happen. But in this game, almost everything that you click on has an animation.
I'm the happy bard Max Wellington who loves to play the lute. I once thought of being a piper, but I cannot play the flute.
Ugh, don't do that again. Well, hello there, old man. Do you have any money or food?
Well, howdy, young'un. Don't mind me. I'm panning for gold.
Yes, that's lovely, but do you have anything I could use?
Have I sold much silver? I'm looking for gold, boy! Gold!
Fine, be that way. You want to make dough so badly? Have this. I'll make the fish come back. You could sell them. You'll be immortal.
What? Nah, fooled again.
I don't know about you guys, but it's just kind of fun to screw around in this game. Oh my god, don't look at me like that.
Little guy, could you throw that down to me, please? It's mine. Uh-oh.
Thanks a lot. Can you really blame me for showing the gameplay so much? The jokes just write themselves when you're talking about Putt Putt. So now that I've got my ultra-rare, irreplaceable calculator back, I leave the wild, wild west and go back to the medieval times. There we are. Alright, let's see if the blacksmith has seen my report.
Woodward sure delivered a huge pile of firewood.
Oh, that Woodward. Such a helpful little fellow.
Yeah, he is a helpful little fellow. But what happens when he's not in his prime anymore? What happens when he's too weak to work? Will he go in the fireplace too? I better leave. This is a dark, dark place. Ooh, a dragon. Wait, a dragon? Wait, you have to feed the dragon to get the history report. I remember, that's what you have to do. Okay, let's go to the future.
Welcome to the Pedorama, the make-it-yourself pet food smorgasbord.
This is gonna work. I know it's gonna work. Come on. Any day now. Ah, finally. Okay, here we go.
Your customized pet food is nearly ready.
Great!
Yay, we got the food! Alright, now we'll just bring this to the pet dragon. What? No! Putt Putt, what the hell are you doing? That's not meant for his kind! I did this 100 times, and Putt Putt kept feeding the turtle. Eventually, I figured that maybe I had to feed the turtle and then he'd go away. Then I could bring the dragon food to the dragon. But he just kept turning into more animals. What kind of food is this? And if that wasn't bad enough, it takes 1,000 years to make one serving of food for the correct animal. Eventually, I gave up and started looking around more, but I could have sworn that you had to feed the dragon. Oh well. I played this game where you shoot crows off of a wall with balloons.
Looks like we shoot off all the crows.
If Putt Putt had a BB gun, I guarantee you things would have played out differently. But to my utter dismay, it turns out that the king has found my history report, and he's reading it for story time. And I think I'm speaking for all of us when I say that if there's one thing I want to listen to for story time, it's a history report written by a first grader. Apparently it's so good that the king doesn't want to give it back. And Putt Putt, being the generous human being that he is, says that he'll find another story to give the king so he can get his history report back. Listen, pardon my language, but what the fuck? He has something that belongs to me and I want it back. Why do I have to give him something? God damn it, Putt Putt, why do you have to be so nice?
Perhaps you can find me a story about... let me see. A story about a musical band.
Fine, I'll go get you it. Crap, I forgot what he wanted the book to be about. And there are a lot of books to pick from, I'm not gonna lie. Ugh, might as well. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. It's a long shot, but hopefully this will be the right book. Here's your fucking book. Now give me my report back. I hope you hate that book, and I'm never gonna help you again. Well, looks like the final thing we have to collect lies in the future. So Putt Putt's lunchbox has been found and is being held at a museum in the future. And once again, in order to get it back, I have to trade the guy for something. Okay, yeah, sure, why not? So I went back to the prehistoric times and got a soup bowl. I'm sure that'll work. I also played this weird arcade machine in the middle of nowhere. Why would anyone put an arcade machine right up here where no one could reach? I've seen this game before, but I can't really say where. Damn, look at that 3D. I don't have a lot of memory playing this game back when I was little. I don't like it too much since it's just kind of luck-based, but what the hell. You slap the ball back and make pictures.
You see, we have a big cheese out here.
Well, there it is. My lunchbox. That just about does it.
It looks like I got everything I needed to get. Come on, Pep. Let's travel back through time to Cartown and tell Mr. Firebird. Guess what? I did it! I did it!
I saved the world. Oh, it turns out that was a JonTron reference. How the hell could I not know that? You know, since this is a time machine, why didn't Putt Putt just go back in time and stop Mr. Firebird from opening the... I'm not gonna get into this right now. And so, Putt Putt gets to school with all of his belongings and gives the history report of a lifetime. And ladies and gentlemen, that is Putt Putt Travels Through Time. I mean, it's certainly not the best game to replay once you've grown up. Well, for me anyway. But it's still an interesting experience. And overall, it was a great children's game. I mean, there certainly were games out before it that had, well, gameplay. But for something that tried to be educational, it really did it well. Never once when I played this game did I feel like I was learning. I was just playing for fun. And to this day, this game has sold over 15 million copies. I'm sure that has to testament to some sort of greatness. Now, prepare yourself for the cherry on this glorious Sunday. Remember when I got confused because Pep wasn't in the prehistoric times the first time around? I had to put a different rock into the bridge the second time playing through the game, and I couldn't bring the dragon his food? Well, it turns out this is probably one of the game's best qualities. Every time you play through the game, the adventure is different. I remember that I played through this game a whole bunch of times because every time I'd have to figure out a different way to beat the game. There's just nothing more to say. I mean, sure, the game is a bit dated, but what the hell? This game's from 1997. Of course it is. Overall, YouTube, humongous entertainment lived up to its name. I wish I could have played more of their games back in the day. Well, hey, maybe I'll check out more sometime. Well, in the meantime, if you want to try this game out for yourself, you can actually get it on Steam. Or if you're like me, you can get a physical copy. And this game will always Actually, you know what? Putt Putt, why don't you do the honors? You've been so quiet. Thanks a lot. And this game will always have a place in the Klay-Kremling horde. Thanks for having me on your show. I really appreciate it. Oh, well, thanks, Putt Putt. You know, You're not too bad. Really? Thanks, Mr. Klay-Kremling? My arch nemesis. Hey, Putt Putt, do you want to play a game? Sure. Is it another game with me in it? Oh, yeah, something like that. Here, come with me. Oh, cool. I've never been inside of a box before. Where are we going? Oh, we're almost there. Just hold on a second. We should be friends forever. Ugh. Good riddance. I'm going to bed. Good night, everybody.